So this is the first CAD software in the market that is launched by Autodesk, and since 1982, this is the most popular software, and it has developed each and every year. So right now we are using 2021 version, and it has some updated features like you can upload into uh, your web through this AutoCAD installed in your desktop or uh, installed in your laptop. Okay, so we will see those features, and here trimming is a bit easy here. Like you don't have to tr, you don't have to press tr double enter. With this single enter you can do it, and you can trim hatch as well here. So these are some common updates within this 2021 version. Okay, and this is you see that is called your GUI, graphical user interface. So now we are currently in this start tab. So within this start tab, we are currently using this create. Okay, we are currently within this create section, and we can switch to learn section as well. So you can come to this learn section, and there you will find some videos there, and some learning tips, some online resources are available here. So you can access those for your better knowledge and more clarity about all the tools. Now we are currently in create section. So from here we can jump into any drawing page or any sheet there. So here you see that all the recently accessed documents can be shown here, and notification related to your Autodesk account is visible here. And about starting any drawing, so if you click on this section, this start drawing section, if you go with that, it will open a DWG file. DWG is the uh, extension type for your AutoCAD drawing. So it will open a DWG file with a default template. Okay, so you see that this is the default template. ACAD.dwt is the default template. So if you click on this one, so it will open a drawing file with that default template. So from this drop down list, you can choose what will be the default. You can set, you can change. All right. And now you can go for open files. So if you have already created any file, any DWG file, from this option you can open it. So you can also create some set of sheet. You want to directly open your sheet, choose this option. You can download some templates or get more templates online. So this is the option. It will direct you to the uh, specified online website, and you can explore sample drawings. So when you have installed this AutoCAD, one sample drawing folder has been installed in your C drive, within your C drive. So it will direct you to that particular folder, so you don't have to search for it. It will direct you. So from there you can access the all the sample drawings there, and you can have a look. All right. So now just see that this is your ribbon, RIBBON, ribbon. So this ribbon is right now inactive. Okay, so it will be activated when you will open a drawing file. So is uh, this is your ribbon, and within that we have workspace set according to your work purpose there. and we have our quick access toolbar and our file manager or application menu there. So let's open a drawing file. Now you see that your ribbon is activated right now, and within that you have workspace. So workspace is all the set of your tools and your tabs within this ribbon. All this set is called workspace. So this workspace is organized according to the work purpose. Right now we are using drafting and annotation workspace. So according to drafting and annotation workspace, this drawing tool will come first within this home tab, and these tools will come handy. But whenever you need some tools for your 3D modeling, then you need those kind of tools handy, right? So then you will be choosing that particular workspace there. So you can choose 3D basics and 3D modeling. So these three are your default or Autodesk created workspace there. So you can create your own workspace or the set you want to create. So let me just switch. So this area is still there, that is the ribbon, and within that now you see the set of your tab, your panel, your all the tools. Now the set has been changed, right? So now all the tools you will get handy according to your work purpose. So that is set according to 3D modeling purpose. Okay, so all the tools you will get uh, within this home tabs. You are getting this modeling panel and all these tools related to your 3D modeling. And this 3D basics is there. This, let's go for drafting and annotation. So whenever you will be creating any 2D drawing, you will choose drafting and annotation. Now about creating this workspace, what you can do is you can create like AutoCAD Classic, like this kind of workspace you can easily create, or any kind of whatever you require, that kind of workspace you can create. Okay. uh, so this AutoCAD Classic is not available within latest version of our software, but we can create it. We can create like this. So that is very easy to create. Let me just switch into this, and here suppose I don't need this ribbon, or I want menu bar over there. So this is the menu bar. I have customized it. Okay, and this tool I have. So from this palette, let me just hide this ribbon now. Okay. So there is no ribbon, and I know I want drawing toolbars and modify toolbars over there. So for that I have one option, that is dash toolbar. Type dash toolbar and enter. And here you can type the name for your toolbar like draw, enter. And you want to just show it, or if it is already there you can hide it, or you want to place it left towards the left direction or the right direction, or where you want to place it. So just choose like right or left. So let me go with this left. And about this new position, how it will be placed in the towards the left direction, how it will be placed. So you see horizontal and vertical is there. So I don't want to place horizontally, or if you want to place horizontally, so then horizontal value will be 1. If you don't want to place horizontally, then horizontal value will be 0. So let me go with this horizontal value 0, and the vertically it will be placed. So vertical value will be 1. So this is kind of a binary input. And now you can see that this draw toolbar has been placed. Yeah, do you want to say something?
Sir, your screen is your full screen is invisible. I can't see your command bar and all. Can you?
Okay, is this the same problem for everyone? Can you all see the command panel or command line window, or you all
I
are
can,
facing the same problem?
sir, I can see, sir.
No, it is visible, sir.
Okay. Lina, maybe you check your network or something like.
Okay, sir.
Okay, or let me reshare again. If you are telling, uh, let me reshare. Now tell me.
Okay, sir. I can see it now.
Okay, fine. All right, thank you. Okay, now let me continue. That I was creating my own workspace. So I have placed a draw toolbar there, and if I want to place any other toolbars, so I will go with that same dash toolbar, and I will bring all the toolbars and I will place at the right location. And then what I'll do, I'll go to this option. From here, I'll go for this save current as I'll save this. Okay, suppose let me go with your batch name and let me save it. Okay, so here it is saved. You can come to this workspace, sorry, not workspace. This is a status bar, and within this status bar, you can come to this workspace switching option. So you can also switch it to batch mask to drafting and annotation there. And from within this quick access toolbar, this workspace switching option is also available. So from here also you can switch. So now you can see that you are currently having your workspace. Okay, so let's switch to that. All right. Now let's uh, let's have a look about this GUI there. So this black total area is called your viewport, or you can say it your working or drawing area also. But the right official language is viewport, okay, or model space. So you are currently in this model space, okay. So now uh, come towards this bottom left corner, and here you see this model tab is highlighted in white bold. So that means this model tab is active right now. That is your model space, and your model space is infinite. This space is not limited. It is infinite. It doesn't have any particular area. This is your infinite area. Model space is your infinite area. And if you want finite area, so for that you have this paper space. As per your paper length and width, uh, the area will be defined. That is your paper space. So the paper space is for setting all the work within your sheet for making it ready to print. And model space is where you generally work, draw, or create your model. And this mouse pointer or this mouse cursor you see as a plus symbol within your viewport or within your drawing area or model space. So that is called crosshair. That is called crosshair. But whenever you will be selecting any tool, there you will be uh, finding this as a normal mouse cursor. Okay, so whenever you will be selecting any tool or any tab or any menu, you will find out this normal mouse cursor. But whenever you are drawing something or your mouse cursor is within your viewport or drawing area, this is called crosshair. Okay, now these are your file tabs, this drawing one, and with this plus symbol you can create a new drawing, and there all the files will be listed. So this file tab is active right now. If you don't have this file tab, so come to this view tab. You have this view tab there, and here this file tab is checked. So if you this option is unchecked, so please check this to have your file tabs. And about this model layout 2, so this is your layout tab. If you want that, so come to this layout tab. Okay, now let me tell you about this menus within this viewport. So the first option is your viewport control menu. This minus symbol you can see, this is your viewport control menu. And the top, that is your view control menu, and this is your visual style control menu. So within your viewport, uh, what will be the view, what will be the visual style, you can control it from these menus. Or else what you can do, you can if you are within this 3D modeling, and here you have this view tab. So from there you can change this to top, or this visual style you can change it. But if you go with that, uh, if you go with this option, suppose if you change from top, so the coordinates will also be changed. Suppose if I go for top, so now you see that coordinates has been changed to top. Okay, if I go for left, the view is set left, but the coordinate has been changed. So I will come on this coordinates, and later you will understand how this orient and this aligned as per the view. Okay, so I will come on this part later, and from this coordinate, let me change it to world, or else let me bring it back to our normal SW isometric view. Okay. And from here as well, you can change it to multiple viewports, or else you can come to this viewport control menu, and from there you can change it to like 4 equal or 4 right, 4 left, or anything from this option, or you can go for configure. So you can create your own uh, viewport configuration. Now let me go with this 4 equal. Now you see that we have 4 equal viewports. Now within this viewport I can set top. Within this viewport I can save like front, and here I can set left, and here it is W isometric, that is fine. So if I create anything, it will be reflected the within all the viewports. So the viewport doesn't mean that we have different work area. It's like suppose in our Wankhede Stadium there is a live match, but you are watching it from your TV sitting at your home. So everyone is watching through their TV, but the match is one match is going on in the uh, stadium. So it's like the same thing. This viewport you have said, these all are your television, and these all are connected with that single viewport. Okay, so just these are your television, you can say, right? So if you change anything in this particular, so that will be reflected within all the viewports. Okay, now let me bring this back to maximize viewport, or you can configure this to single viewport again. All right, so this is your 3D model there, and let me change it to top. Okay, now let me come back to drafting and annotation there, and within this view tab also you can have this. Okay, now just see that it's showing you this axis, this three dimension, x, y, and z, or you can say length, breadth, and height. So if you come to any 3D view, within any 3D view, you can see the three dimensions at one time. So the red is your x positive direction, green is your y positive direction, and this one is blue. So you see that my crosshair has been changed when I'm in this 3D view. So the crosshair is representing your three dimension as well. So the blue direction is your Z positive direction. Okay. Now if you change this to realistic or any 3D visual style like this, and there you can see that it got some thickness. So you can say this is your uh, UCS icon. So this is your UCS icon. So what is the full form of UCS? That is user coordinate system. Some also says universal coordinate system. So that is similar. Okay, so generally as per Autodesk, it is called user coordinate system. So it is defined according to the user. Okay, I will come on this details. Let me just go with this overview. That is UCS. Okay, but here you will find out as a WCS. Whenever you are opening any DWG file, in the default condition, you will find it here as a WCS. So what is WCS then? So WCS is World Coordinate System. So according to the world, you know that your east direction is fixed, uh, your west, your north, all the directions. You know that the length direction, the height direction is fixed. So according to the world, all the dimensions, directions are fixed. All the locations are fixed, right? So that is also available here. So as per our world coordinate system, we can have it. But AutoCAD work according to the UCS. You will have all the results according to the UCS. As per the UCS, you will get all the results. You will get all the work done here as per the UCS. So in general condition, we work according to the WCS. We generally don't change. We generally don't change the height direction, right? We know that if I go uh, towards the foundation, it will be the depth, right? If I go towards the roof, that will be the height, right? So this direction is fixed. Generally, we don't change. So we need to align our UCS with WCS. So in the default condition, UCS is aligned with your WCS. So let me show you that. Let me come to 2D wireframe and top view. That is the default. Uh, yeah. So here you see that you have this UCS icon, but at the origin you see this little box, right? So whenever at the origin of your UCS you get this little square, that is the meaning of the alignment with WCS. So now you understand this whenever you see this little square at the origin, so that means your UCS is right now aligned with WCS. Okay. So if I change, what if I change this WCS, sorry, this UCS. So I'm not able to, let me just check. Yes, okay. So I'm going with this UCS command, and I'll be changing the position of origin. Let me place it over there, and let me change the X direction, or even if I keep the X direction as it is, so you will find out that the alignment is not available anymore. Okay, so let me go with that. And here you can't see that little square, and here you don't see also that WCS. Okay, so whenever you make this WCS, so you see that it came back on that same position. So as per the WCS, your origin is fixed, your X positive direction is fixed, your Z and Y positive direction is fixed, your length direction, your height direction, your breadth direction, and all the angle direction are fixed. You cannot change that as per the world coordinate system. And whenever you set this as WCS or world coordinate system or world, or from this also this command also, if you set here world, so that is your UCS aligned with your WCS right now. So whatever you will do, it will work according to the UCS, but as because it your UCS is aligned with your WCS, so ultimately you will get the result according to the WCS. But uh, in the core, AutoCAD is working according to the UCS. All right, so that I wanted to make it clear that this is the base of your AutoCAD, how it works. Okay, now let me change this UCS again. Let me change this. I think most of you find this information a bit new, or uh, I don't know how you may find out this, but this is very essential information. You need to understand this. So let me just place this origin. Let me change the position of origin. Okay. So as I told you that this is UCS, user coordinate system. So I'm the user right now. For this system, I'm defining this origin and the X direction. So I can align as per the or what it was earlier. So let me just define this as X, and it will maintain 90-degree with each axis or each dimension. So right now this is set, and you can see also that your graph has been updated as per your UCS. Okay, so now let me just show you that if I go for a line or any object, if I try to draw, if I create any model or if create any 2D object there, so it will work as per your UCS. So for that, you don't have to put any different command. It will generally take all the command as per the UCS. So let me just specify first point, that is our origin 0, 0. And here you see that it has taken the UCS origin. Okay, and let me take 50, 0, enter. Okay, now just concentrate here also, that above this command line window you see that it's showing you at the rate 50, 0. Why is it so? I haven't placed this at the rate, I haven't typed this at the rate option. So uh, how did it happen? How did this at the rate come? So just focus on the screen. Within your crosshair you can see one window there, one command window there, one small box is there where you can see the values, right? So that is your dynamic input. So the dynamic input option is on right now. So when you activate this dynamic input, at the default condition, it will take the relative coordinate system. So the relative means, I will come on this relative part later. So just now just know this thing, that whenever you will on this dynamic input, at the default condition, at the initial stage, it will take relative coordinates in the default condition. Okay, so let me just off this, let me just off, and now let me go with the normal coordinate, that is or Cartesian coordinate, that is 50, 50, and press enter. And now you can see that we have done this line, so it's working as per the UCS, right? And now you can see that the value hasn't taken the at the rate in the prefix, right? Now if I again go for this dynamic input, and if I type like 40 comma or minus 40 comma 0, minus 40 comma 0, and here you see that it has taken at the rate. So at the rate, so you can see from this point the value is 40 and the direction is minus x direction. So it has taken the value from the from its previous point. Okay, so that is your relative. I will describe this in detail. I hope you can understand about this relative. And within this dynamic input, if you on your dynamic input, it will take uh, relative coordinate system in the default. You can change that also, so I will come on that part later about the settings. So now let me just off this dynamic input. Okay, uh, now if you come to this this is your status bar, and within this status bar the customization, you see this dynamic UCS option is unchecked. So that's why it is not available within this status bar. So let me go with this dynamic in UCS option. So you see this is your dynamic UCS. Okay, this icon is your dynamic UCS. Now this is dynamic UCS is on right now, can off it. Okay, so like that. Okay, so from this now from this icon you can sorry, not dynamic UCS, it is dynamic input. Sorry, my mistake. This is dynamic input. Okay, so you have to check this option, dynamic input. Okay, so right now this dynamic input option is available right now. So this is the icon, dynamic input, or F12 is the shortcut. You can go with the shortcut F12 for on and off dynamic input. Now you see, and let me go with that. Okay, so all right, now just focus on that, that whatever you were typing the value, it working as per the UCS now, right? So suppose after changing this, after changing your UCS, you don't want to align it back, but for a few part of your drawing you want it as per WCS. You want to draw according to the world coordinate system, x positive, y positive, you want to draw, but you don't want to align it back as per WCS, right? So how you can do that? So for that, what you can do is right, go with this line option there, and within this line you choose your first point, that is 0 comma 0. But if I press 0 comma 0, it will take as per the UCS. You remember, let me show you again. 0 comma 0, enter. Now you see that it has taken UCS 0 comma 0 or UCS origin. So enter is the command for line, and now what I have to do is press star in the prefix, then put your coordinate value, that is 0 comma 0. So the value will be star 0 comma 0 if you want to get the result as per your WCS. So as per the WCS, the origin point is fixed. So when the origin point is fixed, you don't need any icon to locate it, right? So like any location like the east, like the east is fixed, so you don't need any particular symbol to put it there. Wherever you need to find out, you can, it doesn't work like that in our real world also. So what you do, whenever you need to find out, you just put your compass there, and it will direct you towards that, right? So same like that, you will input the right value and it will direct you. So just press star 0 comma 0 and enter, and now you see that this is your WCS or fixed origin as per your world coordinate system. Now it in the default, it's again working as per your uh, UCS. So what you have to do is again go for star and 50 comma 0. I'm putting Cartesian coordinate values, and now you see that this is the right, or uh, as per world coordinate system, this is the x positive direction. And now let me again go with star 50 comma 50, enter. You see that this is the WCS positive direction of your axis, right? Let me go with this star 0 comma 50, and now let me just close it. Okay, and now if I come to this UCS, or from here if I align it, okay, or else you can come to this UCS command there, UCS, and there you can choose world. Now you just see that your UCS is aligned with your with WCS, and here you can see also that it's showing you WCS, and this is the result you are getting, right? And let me get it back, right? So this how you can work also, okay? Or else suppose there is some kind of values is there, like this kind of values is there, and you have to work for this angle. You don't know what is the angle, and you uh, don't want to check, or there are some other lines in angle, so you don't want to waste your time checking all the angles, that is not required for there. So for that, what you can do is you can go for UCS. You can go for UCS, and then you can choose like object, this object, and as per this object it will align itself, right? And you can start creating all your drawings there, and it will work like that. You can, so I have already mentioned that AutoCAD works as per your UCS. So like even if you go for array, and it will go towards this X and Y positive direction, yeah, it will work like that. Okay, so this how you can have all the things. Let me bring it back to world. Okay, now this is your two system, UCS and WCS. And about all the values, we have Cartesian coordinate, and we also have polar coordinate, and within our uh, Cartesian, we can also use absolute and relative. Okay, so whenever you go for Cartesian, so that will be towards the X, Y, and Z direction. And whenever you go for polar coordinates, so that means you go for 360 direction. Okay, so that is two coordinates, Cartesian and polar. And within Cartesian, you have absolute and polar. So this division is based on the source. Uh, so for your absolute Cartesian, the source will be the origin, and it may be your UCS origin, it may be your WCS origin. And for relative, as because it is relative Cartesian, so uh, that means relative means it calculate from the previous point, from its previous point. Okay, as I've already showed you that, I will show you again. And from the last point or from the previous point, it will calculate as per your UCS, or if you put WCS input, so according to WCS, it will find out its X and Y direction, and you will have it. And in polar also, uh, you can have your absolute and relative. Let me just answer my phone call. Hold on. Okay, thank you guys. So for polar as well, you can have absolute and relative. So absolute polar is based on the origin, and your relative is based on the last point. Okay, so the Cartesian I have already showed you about the relative Cartesian. Let me just show you that. and let me delete all this. So we can choose any drawing object. So let me just choose this line. Uh, line I have taken, and I will give any value. So the first point will always be absolute. It have to be absolute because you don't have any previous point, right? It has to be absolute because you already have your origin. So from the origin only you can calculate for your first point. So let's take 0 comma 0, and it has taken UCS origin, and as because UCS is aligned with your WCS, so we are getting at the same point. So right now UCS origin point and WCS origin point is coincident. Now let me define next point. So for this next point, what I'll do is I will put at the rate 50 comma 0, at the rate 50 comma 0. Now for this second point you will not get any difference because the previous point, which is also your origin point, right? So that's why you are getting the same effect what you can get if you have pressed absolute coordinates, right? So for the next point, now we are not defining or not calculating from the origin. So now the previous point is different. So from this previous point, I will give the value. So at the rate, so the upcoming points will be calculated from the previous point. So at the rate, what I'll give at the rate 0. So I'm going towards the y positive direction. So x will be 0 from the last point. From the previous point, x value is 0, comma 50 or whatever the y value is. Now you see. But if I had to draw this line with Cartesian absolute coordinate value, so I had to put 50 comma 50 because it will be calculating from the origin. So from this origin, this point direction would be 50 in the x and 50 in the y, right? And now for this point, so from this point, I'll be calculating from the previous point itself. So at the rate minus 50 in the x direction, comma 0 in y value. All right, and now we can close. So what if I choose this close option? So from the last point, it will close one segment to the with the uh, first point you have started. Okay, so that is your normal Cartesian coordinate systems or Cartesian coordinates. We can create also polar. Okay, so for that polar, I will cover it in our next class. Tomorrow I will take the next class at the same morning. So there I will discuss about polar coordinates. I hope up to this it's all clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.